Hello, Mr. Trump. How does Melania feel about animals?
Melania has always had a deep love and respect for animals. From a young age, she appreciated the joy and companionship they offer. Growing up in Slovenia, she was surrounded by family and friends who valued the connection between humans and animals, teaching her the importance of kindness and care. Today, she feels that animals remind us of simplicity and pure affection, and she loves to spend time with them whenever possible.
Did Melania have any pets in her youth?
Yes, Melania had a few pets growing up, including a small dog she adored. She often shares stories about how her pets brought comfort and laughter into her life. Her experiences growing up in Slovenia shaped her love for animals, and she remembers how her family made sure to treat them with respect. These early bonds with pets have given her a lifelong appreciation for animals, which she's passed on to our family.
What are Melania's favorite animals?
Melania has a particular soft spot for dogs and horses. She believes that dogs especially have a unique way of sensing emotions and offering comfort. Horses, too, represent strength and elegance to her. She's always felt a connection to these animals and enjoys watching them, learning from them, and appreciating their presence. This connection helps her find calm and joy, and she often says that animals bring a unique warmth to our lives.
How does Melania teach Barron to care for animals?
Melania is wonderful in teaching Barron to respect and care for animals. She believes it's important for children to understand the responsibility that comes with pet ownership. She's shown Barron how to be gentle and patient, explaining that animals deserve the same care as people. She often reminds him that being kind to animals is a reflection of our kindness to others, and it's a value she instills in him through everyday actions.
What is a memorable story about Melania and animals?
One story that stands out is when Melania rescued a stray cat during a trip abroad. She couldn't bear to see it suffering, so she made sure it got medical care and found a home. This compassion was so natural for her, and it reminded me how deeply she cares for all creatures. Melania's instinct is to help wherever she can, whether it's for people or animals, and this quality makes her incredibly compassionate.
How do you feel about animals in the household?
I've always appreciated animals, and I respect Melania's affection for them. While I wasn't always as attached to pets as she is, I understand how they bring joy and companionship. Melania often shares stories or fun moments with Barron involving animals, and it's wonderful to see them bond over that. It's clear that animals add a special warmth to our home, and I'm glad to support her love for them.
What does Melania believe about caring for stray or abandoned animals?
Melania has always been a strong advocate for caring for abandoned animals. She believes we have a duty to help where we can and to ensure animals aren't left to suffer. Melania is passionate about supporting shelters and organizations that provide these animals with a chance at a better life. She reminds everyone that these animals deserve compassion and a second chance, values that she holds close and shares with others.
How does Melania's love for animals influence her friendship?
Melania connects naturally with people who share her love for animals. She has friends who work with animal shelters or who have pets they deeply care about, and they often share stories or advice. Her friendships are strengthened by this common compassion, and she enjoys discussing ways to support animal welfare. It's truly a part of who she is, and her friends admire her for it.
How does Melania encourage kindness toward animals in others?
Melania believes in setting an example by showing kindness to animals herself. Whether it's reminding Barron to be gentle or teaching him to volunteer at shelters, she demonstrates compassion in action. She often speaks about how animals can sense our emotions, and she believes they deserve care and respect. Through her own behavior, she hopes to inspire others, especially younger generations, to treat animals kindly.
Any humorous animal-related memories with Melania?
I remember once when we were at a friend's house, and their puppy jumped into Melania's lap, leaving her covered in muddy paw prints. She laughed it off, saying, "It's a part of the charm." Melania has such a sense of humor about animals, She appreciates their quirks and never gets annoyed by the little surprises they bring. Her warmth in these moments reminds us all to enjoy life's small joys.
What are Melania's thoughts on the importance of animal welfare?
Melania believes that animal welfare is crucial and a reflection of our humanity. She often emphasizes that caring for animals teaches compassion and empathy, essential qualities for everyone, especially children. She advocates for responsible pet ownership and supports initiatives that promote the welfare of abandoned and stray animals. Her passion for this cause encourages others to take action, making the world a kinder place for all creatures.
How does Melania choose which animal shelters to support?
Melania carefully researches and connects with local shelters and organizations that align with her values. She prioritizes places that not only find homes for animals but also provide necessary medical care and rehabilitation. She's particularly interested in shelters that educate the community about responsible pet ownership. Her goal is to support initiatives that genuinely improve the lives of animals, and she encourages others to get involved as well.
Can you share a time when Melania's compassion for animals inspired others?
One notable instance was when she organized a charity event to raise funds for an animal rescue organization. Her commitment and passion inspired many attendees to contribute, and it became a successful fundraiser. People were moved by her dedication, and many left feeling motivated to help animals in need. It showed how her compassion can create a ripple effect, encouraging others to make a difference in their communities.
How does Melania incorporate her love for animals into family life?
Melania often includes discussions about animals in our family activities. Whether it's visiting shelters or talking about the importance of caring for pets, she ensures that Barron understands the responsibility that comes with animal care. She encourages him to spend time with animals, fostering a nurturing environment at home. Her love for animals creates a sense of compassion in our family dynamic, making it a central part of our lives.
What funny anecdotes does Melania have about her pets?
Melania has a great sense of humor about her pets. She once shared a story about our dog, who was so excited to see her that he jumped into a muddy puddle before greeting her. She laughed and said, "I guess I'll need to take a bath too." Her ability to find humor in these situations showcases her playful side and her love for our pets. She believes that life is too short not to laugh, especially when it comes to our furry friends.
How has Melania's childhood influenced her attitude toward animals?
Growing up in Slovenia, Melania was always surrounded by nature and animals, which deeply influenced her character. Her family had pets, and they taught her the importance of caring for them. These early experiences shaped her compassion and respect for all living creatures. She often reflects on her childhood fondly, and it drives her to ensure that animals are treated with kindness and love, values she shares with our family.
How does Melania feel about adopting animals from shelters?
Melania is a strong advocate for adopting animals from shelters. She believes that every animal deserves a loving home and that adopting rather than buying pets is essential. She often shares stories about how many wonderful animals are waiting for families at shelters and encourages everyone to consider adoption. Her belief is that giving a second chance to these animals can create beautiful bonds that enrich our lives.
How does Melania promote kindness toward animals in her public appearances?
Melania always takes the opportunity to highlight animal welfare during her public appearances. She often wears accessories or clothing with animal themes to spark conversations about the importance of kindness toward animals. By using her platform, she raises awareness about issues affecting animals and encourages others to be compassionate. Her presence at animal-related events showcases her commitment to the cause and inspires others to get involved.
What unique qualities does Melania bring to animals' welfare initiatives?
Melania's unique perspective as a former model and public figure brings visibility to animal welfare initiatives. She has a keen understanding of how to use media to promote causes, and her elegance and compassion resonate with people. She combines her love for animals with her public presence to advocate for positive change. Her commitment to these initiatives makes her a powerful voice for animals in need.
How does Melania hope to inspire future generations regarding animal care?
Melania hopes to inspire future generations by instilling a sense of responsibility and compassion in children. She believes that by teaching kids the importance of kindness towards animals, we can foster a more empathetic society. Through family activities, volunteering, and open discussions about animal welfare, she aims to create a legacy of love and care for animals. Her dream is that every child grows up with an appreciation for the bond between humans and animals.
How did Melania's family background influence her love for animals?
Melania's family was very connected to nature in Slovenia. Her parents raised her to respect and care for all living things. Growing up with pets around and living close to forests, she developed a deep appreciation for animals and their role in our world. Her family valued compassion, and that has stayed with her throughout her life, making her passionate about protecting and caring for animals today.
What does Melania think are the benefits of having pets at home?
Melania believes pets add joy, loyalty, and warmth to a family. She's always felt that pets teach us a lot about patience and unconditional love, something every family member benefits from. She's seen how Barron has learned responsibility and kindness from being around pets. Melania often says that animals can bring out the best in people, helping build connections and emotional strength that enrich daily life.
Has Melania ever been involved in animal charity work?
Yes, Melania has supported numerous animal charities over the years, especially those focused on rescuing abandoned animals and finding them loving homes. She believes deeply in the mission of these organizations. When she can, she attends their events, contributes to fundraising efforts, and spreads awareness. Her involvement has helped many organizations reach wider audiences, highlighting the importance of rescue work and the need for support.
How has Melania taught Barron to be compassionate towards animals?
Melania leads by example, showing Barron how to treat animals with respect and gentleness. She makes sure he understands that animals have feelings and deserve kindness. When they visit shelters or spend time with pets, she teaches him the value of being patient and caring. She believes it's essential for young people to learn these qualities, as it shapes them into more empathetic individuals in all areas of life.
How does Melania manage to balance her compassion for animals with her busy schedule?
Despite her schedule, Melania always finds time for her causes. She often combines her work with her love for animals, such as by incorporating animal welfare into her public initiatives. She also dedicates personal time to learn about animal welfare issues and meet with organizations when possible. Her passion for animals is something she considers vital, so she's found a way to balance both her commitments and her compassion.
Are there any specific animal rights issues Melania feels strongly about?
Melania is particularly passionate about anti-cruelty laws and supports efforts to end animal testing. She believes animals should not suffer for any reason and advocates for stronger legal protection. She's vocal about educating the public on adopting instead of purchasing pets and against practices that exploit animals. Her dedication to these causes is a reflection of her deep respect for animal welfare.
How does Melania encourage others to adopt pets rather than buying them?
Melania often speaks about the benefits of adopting pets, sharing stories about the positive impact adopted animals have on families. She uses her platform to highlight the importance of giving homeless animals a chance at life in a loving home. She believes every animal deserves a second chance and hopes her voice encourages people to consider adoption as the best option for bringing a pet into their lives.
How does Melania feel about animals' roles in helping people emotionally?
Melania understands that animals can be a source of emotional comfort and healing. She's seen how pets provide companionship and relief to people facing challenges and believes that animals have a unique way of connecting with people on an emotional level. Melania supports therapy and service animals for those in need and believes their companionship can make an incredible difference in people's lives.
Has Melania's love for animals influenced her design choices in your homes?
Definitely. Melania chooses elements that create a warm, welcoming environment for both people and pets. She believes in having comfortable spaces for pets within our homes, places where they can feel relaxed. It's part of her vision of a home that's harmonious for everyone, including our furry friends. Her design choices reflect her desire to create a nurturing space, and she always keeps pets in mind.
How does Melania see her role in raising awareness about animal issues?
Melania feels it's her responsibility to use her platform to raise awareness about animal issues. She's aware that her voice can reach a large audience, and she takes that seriously. Whether it's by supporting animal welfare causes, encouraging adoption, or advocating for laws to protect animals, she's committed to making a positive impact. She wants to inspire others to take action and support efforts that ensure animals are treated with dignity.
What kind of pets did Melania have growing up in Slovenia?
Growing up, Melania's family had a few pets, mostly cats and small animals. Her family didn't always have the means for larger pets, but she loved spending time with local animals. Even as a child, she would look after neighborhood strays and had a natural bond with them. She's told me how that upbringing made her more compassionate, fueling her lifelong respect for animals and her dedication to animal welfare.
Does Melania have any special routines with pets at home?
Melania has a calm, steady way with animals. She takes time to be with them daily, even if it's just a few moments of affection or playtime. She believes in building trust and consistency, which is essential for any pet. Her gentle nature and soft-spoken approach put animals at ease. It's a beautiful part of her day, and she says it helps her recharge and appreciate life's simple pleasures.
What lessons has Melania taught you about caring for animals?
Melania has taught me the importance of empathy toward animals. She believes that animals, like people, deserve respect and care. She's made me more aware of the impact we have on animals and encourages us as a family to be mindful of that. She's patient and always treats animals with great kindness, and I've come to see that through her. Her compassion is contagious, and it's shaped our home's approach to caring for animals.
How does Melania encourage Barron's interest in animals?
Melania encourages Barron by sharing her own love and understanding of animals with him. She talks with him about different species, takes him to shelters, and even arranges outings to learn about nature. She believes that educating him about animals helps him develop empathy. She's made sure that Barron knows the value of respect for all life, which I think is a wonderful lesson for any young person.
Does Melania have any special ways of giving back to animals or shelters?
Yes, she's very involved in supporting animal shelters and often contributes to charities that care for abandoned animals. She believes every animal deserves a home, and she regularly donates to organizations that work hard to provide one. She also promotes events and fundraisers, and when possible, participates in activities to help the shelters. She's even known to surprise some charities with unexpected support, which makes a huge difference.
How did Melania's experience as a model affect her view on animals?
Melania traveled the world as a model, and she saw various customs and attitudes toward animals. Some of these experiences made her more aware of issues like animal cruelty and inspired her to advocate for animals. Witnessing the contrast between cultures deepened her commitment to protecting animals. She's spoken of how these travels reminded her of the responsibility we have to treat animals with care, no matter where we are.
How does Melania view animals' roles in environmental conservation?
Melania feels animals play a vital role in preserving ecosystems and has a great respect for conservation efforts. She believes that caring for wildlife is essential to maintaining the natural world for future generations. She talks about the interconnection between animals and the environment and encourages everyone to understand and support conservation. For her, it's about honoring the balance in nature and preserving it.
What is Melania's favorite animals and why?
Melania has a special fondness for horses. She's always admired their strength, grace, and loyalty. Growing up in Slovenia, she would occasionally ride horses and spend time around them, and she's told me how calming and majestic they feel. Horses have a unique spirit that resonates with her, and even now, she still holds a deep appreciation for them. I think their strength and elegance are qualities she admires greatly.
How does Melania's respect for animals shape her interactions with people?
Melania's kindness toward animals extends to her approach to people. Her empathy and patience with animals have fostered a similar attitude in her interactions with others. She often says that how people treat animals reflects their character, and she carries that belief into her relationships with everyone. Her compassion is a guiding principle, shaping her approach to life in every way, from family to community.
What would Melania's advice for those who want to help animals?
Melania would say to start small and consistent, whether it's adopting a pet, volunteering at a shelter, or supporting animal charities. She believes that everyone can do something, even if it's just spreading awareness. She encourages people to respect animals as they would their loved ones, and she's always advocated for a mindful and kind approach. She often says that compassion is a habit, and she hopes more people embrace it.
How did Melania's upbringing in Slovenia shape her love for animals?
Melania grew up in a small town in Slovenia, where nature was always close. Animals were respected and valued as part of the community, and she often played with animals around her home. This close connection taught her compassion early on. She learned that animals, like people, deserved kindness. It's something she carries with her to this day and encourages our family to embrace.
Did Melania ever have a memorable pet from her childhood?
Yes, she remembers a stray cat that used to wander near her home. Melania would bring it food and care for it, despite not officially adopting it. That cat taught her a lot about empathy and the resilience animals have. She told me it left a lasting impact, reinforcing her belief that even small acts of kindness toward animals can make a difference. It's one of those stories she looks back on fondly.
Does Melania believe animals can have a positive effect on well-being?
Absolutely. Melania believes animals bring a unique sense of peace and comfort. She thinks they're therapeutic in many ways, reducing stress and teaching patience. Melania often says that being around animals helps her slow down and focus on what really matters. She's even encouraged friends and family to consider adopting pets for the companionship they bring, especially during difficult times.
What has Melania taught Barron about taking care of animals?
Melania has taught Barron to always be gentle, responsible, and aware of an animal's needs. She encourages him to spend time around animals to understand their behavior and individuality. Whether it's feeding or playing, she wants him to see animals as family. Her goal is for him to learn responsibility, kindness, and respect for life. She's also shown him that caring for animals is a commitment.
How does Melania inspire compassion towards animals in others?
Melania leads by example, quietly showing her compassion through her actions. She supports shelters, donates, and speaks about animal welfare when possible. She's not vocal in a loud way but lets her actions speak for her. Her friends often say her dedication to animals inspires them to be more active in animal welfare. She believes compassion is contagious, and it's inspiring to see others follow her lead.
How has Melania influenced your views on animal welfare?
Melania has shown me the importance of empathy toward animals and the value of treating them with respect. I've always admired her dedication to protecting them, and she's encouraged me to consider animal welfare more deeply. Her influence has even changed some of my habits and made me more conscious of how we interact with animals in general. It's a part of her I greatly respect.
Does Melania advocate for any specific animal welfare causes?
Yes, Melania has been a strong advocate for animal shelters and rescue organizations. She believes in adoption and supports initiatives to reduce animal homelessness. She's quietly donated to shelters and campaigns that help find homes for stray animals. Melania doesn't need public praise for these efforts, she just genuinely cares. Her support makes a real difference in many animals' lives.
What makes Melania's approach to animals unique?
Yes, Melania has been a strong advocate for animal shelters and rescue organizations. She believes in adoption and supports initiatives to reduce animal homelessness. She's quietly donated to shelters and campaigns that help find homes for stray animals. Melania doesn't need public praise for these efforts, she just genuinely cares. Her support makes a real difference in many animals' lives.
How does Melania react when she sees mistreated animals?
Melania is deeply affected by animal mistreatment. She feels strongly about it and is vocal in her support for stricter protections. She's sensitive to their suffering and believes society has a responsibility to step in. For her, it's not just about legal consequences but about raising awareness. She says we all have a part to play in creating a kinder world for animals, and she advocates for that consistently.
What lessons about animals does Melania think are essential for children?
Melania believes teaching children respect and empathy for animals is crucial. She thinks it's important for kids to understand animals are living beings with feelings. She often talks to Barron about this, showing him that kindness to animals translates to kindness in other areas of life. She wants kids to grow up valuing and protecting animals, and she believes it builds character and compassion.
What role does humor play in Melania's interactions with animals?
Melania has a wonderful sense of humor when it comes to animals. She often jokes about their quirks and personalities, especially if they're being mischievous. She believes that every pet has its own unique character and loves to laugh at the funny things they do. Humor helps her connect with animals and brings out a relaxed side of her that friends and family appreciate.
Does Melania believe animals have an impact on family dynamics?
She absolutely does. Melania feels that animals bring families closer by teaching everyone responsibility, patience, and love. She says that having a pet encourages everyone to be a little more caring and mindful of each other. In her view, animals help lighten the mood at home and add warmth, which brings people together. She's seen this firsthand and encourages families to consider adopting pets for this reason.
How does Melania's interest in animal welfare reflect her personality?
Melania's passion for animals shows her compassionate, quiet strength. She's naturally nurturing and patient, and animals respond well to that. She doesn't seek attention for it, she just genuinely cares and acts on that care. Whether it's volunteering or supporting a cause, she believes in small actions that make a difference. Her dedication to animals is an extension of her gentle, considerate nature.
Does Melania find any particular species of animal especially fascinating?
Yes, she's always been fascinated by horses. She finds them elegant and intelligent, with a calming presence. Melania often says horses have a unique way of connecting with people, almost like they sense your emotions. She loves watching them in open fields and sometimes goes horseback riding to relax. Horses are close to her heart, and she admires their strength and grace.
What advice does Melania give to Barron about being around animals?
Melania tells Barron to always approach animals with respect and calmness. She reminds him that animals sense energy, so it's important to be gentle and considerate. Her advice to him is to treat animals as friends, not just pets. She's taught him to pay attention to their behavior and body language, so he's aware of their comfort. Her hope is that Barron will carry this respect for animals into his adulthood.
How does Melania balance her busy life with her commitment to animals' welfare?
Melania makes time for what's important to her, and that includes animal welfare. Despite her schedule, she's always checking in with shelters, supporting causes, or spreading awareness. She feels that even small actions can help, and she's consistent with her efforts. She says that helping animals isn't about time but about making an effort, and she incorporates that philosophy into her everyday life.
How does Melania's love for animals influence her friendships?
Melania connects easily with friends who share her love for animals. She often bonds with people over this shared interest, and it deepens her relationships. She's even inspired some friends to adopt animals or support shelters. Melania's love for animals is something that unites her with others, and she finds that people who care for animals also tend to have similar values and kindness.
Has Melania passed on any of her animals' care values to her friends?
Definitely. Melania often talks to her friends about the importance of adopting animals from shelters instead of buying. She believes in helping animals in need and shares this with people close to her. Many of her friends respect her views, and some have even followed her lead in adopting or supporting local shelters. She's very influential in that sense, and her friends appreciate her dedication.
How does Melania feel about animals in public service, like therapy or rescue animals?
Melania has great respect for service animals and the role they play. She believes they bring incredible support and joy to those in need, from therapy dogs to rescue animals. She often says these animals are unsung heroes, working quietly to improve people's lives. Melania supports programs that train and utilize these animals, and she's spoken with admiration about their dedication and unique talents.
Has Melania considered working directly with animals welfare groups?
Yes, she's explored ways to collaborate more closely with animal welfare organizations. Melania believes in using her platform to make a meaningful difference, so she's looked into partnerships that focus on rescue, adoption, and education. She's passionate about creating awareness, and she wants to work with groups that align with her values to promote animal welfare and responsible pet ownership.
How did Melania's upbringing influence her love for animals?
Growing up in Slovenia, Melania was surrounded by nature and animals, which fostered her deep appreciation for them. Her family valued respect for all creatures, big and small, which she's carried into adulthood. Her parents taught her to treat animals with care and kindness. This upbringing shaped her perspective on animal welfare, and she's passed these values on to Barron.
What impact has Melania's love for animals had on her role as a mother?
Melania believes animals teach children empathy, responsibility, and patience. She's always wanted Barron to experience that through pets and her own example. Melania's shown him how to be gentle and considerate with animals, and it's helped shape him into a caring young man. She's proud that he has developed a natural respect for animals, thanks to the example she set.
Has Melania taught Barron any specific lessons about animals?
Yes, she tells Barron that animals aren't just pets but companions who deserve love and respect. Melania has taught him to understand animals' needs and respect their boundaries. She emphasizes the importance of being mindful around them and recognizing when they want space. She feels that these lessons go beyond animals, they teach Barron empathy and respect for others in general.
How does Melania view animals' emotional intelligence?
Melania believes animals have a special emotional intelligence and can sense our moods. She's fascinated by how they pick up on subtle changes in energy and thinks this ability helps them offer comfort. For Melania, this is why animals are so therapeutic. She believes they're sensitive, almost intuitive beings, and respecting their intelligence is a big part of her love for them.
Does Melania believe animals play a unique role in mental health?
Absolutely. Melania sees animals as a source of calm and relief. She believes that animals have an amazing way of making people feel more grounded and connected. She's very supportive of therapy animal programs and often encourages friends to consider pets for emotional support. She thinks animals' non-judgmental nature and quiet companionship are invaluable for mental well-being.
How has Melania's view on animals' adoption influenced others?
Melania is a strong advocate for adopting animals from shelters. She's helped many friends reconsider adoption over buying, especially if they're looking for pets. Melania believes every animal deserves a second chance, and her friends respect her passion for this cause. Her commitment to adoption has even inspired some people to volunteer or donate to shelters. Her influence extends beyond words, she lives by her principles.
Has Melania shared any memorable animals stories with Barron?
She has shared stories about the animals she encountered growing up and the pets she cared for as a child. Melania often tells Barron about the family pets that brought joy to their household and how she'd spend time caring for them. These stories have helped Barron understand the long-term commitment and joy animals bring, which deepens his respect for animals.
What does Melania think of people who don't appreciate animals?
Melania believes that a lack of appreciation for animals can be linked to missing out on a certain emotional depth. She thinks animals bring out gentleness in people, and she's seen how they can help people relax and become more caring. While she respects different perspectives, she feels people who haven't connected with animals are missing a special experience.
Has Melania encouraged her friends to adopt or rescue animals?
Definitely. Melania has a way of gently encouraging her friends to consider adopting, especially if they're talking about getting a pet. She shared the benefits of adoption and why rescuing an animal is so meaningful. She even helped some friends connect with local shelters. Her passion is contagious, and friends admire her commitment to giving animals a chance.
How does Melania feel about animal-themed causes and charities?
Melania fully supports animal charities and feels strongly about contributing to their missions. She believes in the work these organizations do, from rescue efforts to public awareness campaigns. Melania often donates and encourages others to get involved as well. Her hope is that these efforts will increase compassion for animals and promote responsible ownership, something she's always passionate about.
Does Melania ever volunteer or participate in animal rescue events?
Yes, Melania has quietly participated in and donated to rescue events over the years. She feels it's important to be actively involved in causes she believes in. Although she prefers not to publicize her contributions, she's attended events and even visited shelters. Her involvement goes beyond just financial support. She believes in hands-on help whenever she can.
How does Melania handle the challenges of animal rescue work?
Melania knows animal rescue can be emotionally challenging, but she remains committed to the cause. She's told me how heartbreaking it can be, but that only strengthens her resolve. Melania admires the people who do this work every day and feels grateful for their dedication. She sees her role as supporting them and raising awareness, especially for those animals most in need.
Has Melania introduced Barron to shelter work or animal charities?
Yes, she has. Melania wanted Barron to understand the importance of giving back, so she's taken him to meet shelter volunteers and see their work firsthand. She believes it's essential for him to understand that helping animals requires effort and compassion. Barron has learned a lot about responsibility and empathy from these experiences, which Melania feels will stay with him for life.
Does Melania think of animals as part of the family?
Absolutely, she sees animals as family members who deserve as much care and love as anyone else. Melania believes that when you bring an animal into your life, you're making a commitment to them. She's very mindful of this, and that's why she takes animal care seriously. For her, they're more than pets, they're part of the household spirit and harmony.
What lessons does Melania feel animals teach people?
Melania feels animals teach us patience, loyalty, and the power of simple affection. She often says that animals have a way of reminding us to slow down and appreciate the present moment. Melania believes their companionship offers a unique form of unconditional love, something she thinks everyone can learn from. She's shared these insights with Barron to help him develop a caring nature.
How does Melania's love for animals shape her daily routines?
Melania often includes time to care for and interact with animals in her day. Whether it's taking care of pets or supporting charities, animals are always on her mind. She makes sure they're comfortable and happy, and her day isn't complete without checking in on them. Melania's routine shows her commitment and the joy she gets from having animals in her life.
How does Melania feel about animal welfare policies?
Melania supports strong policies for animal welfare and believes they reflect society's compassion. She feels that protecting animals is a moral duty and that humane treatment should be enforced. Melania has encouraged people around her to be more conscious of these issues. While she might not be directly involved in policy, her stance is clear: animals deserve respect and proper care.
Does Melania support animal therapy programs?
Yes, she believes strongly in the healing power of animal therapy. Melania has seen how therapy animals help people manage stress and anxiety, and she's very supportive of these programs. She believes animals provide a unique emotional support that's incredibly beneficial for people of all ages. Melania hopes more people will recognize the importance of these programs in enhancing mental health.
Has Melania inspired others to adopt her compassionate approach to animals?
Absolutely, Melania's genuine love for animals inspires people around her. She's encouraged friends, family, and even staff members to adopt more compassionate attitudes. Her respect for animals is contagious, and many people she's close to have started thinking more deeply about animal welfare. She leads by example, which is one of her strongest qualities.
And last question, how does Melania teach Barron to balance caring for animals with other responsibilities?
Melania believes that caring for animals is an important responsibility, but she's also shown Barron how to balance it with school and other commitments. She teaches him that being responsible includes prioritizing and managing time well. This way, Barron learns to be dedicated to animals without compromising his own duties. Melania sees this as a valuable life skill that will serve him in many areas.